Hello everyone and welcome back to the Rarpack. If you'll remember from last time, I was with zero hunger, almost no resources, no base. It was dark, it was in the middle of the jungle, and it was not a fun time. Since then, I've found a little nook underground in which I built a small base. I have all of my major resources that I collected hidden in here. I also have 8 iron ingots, not quite enough to make our first iron pickaxe, but close. And I also, in my travels to find a base, I discovered a dungeon about 150 meters away, and I also found a dungeon very close by that is full of spiders. If you notice on the minimap, there are a bunch of spiders there. Yeah, this right here is an area where there's a dungeon. I don't have the tools necessary to really kill all of those spiders, but I think what I can do, since I have a lot of cobblestone and wood left over, is make myself a set of a bunch of cobblestone swords, or stone swords rather, and use those to kind of vanquish the vermin, as it were. So we're just going to go ahead and, yeah, 4 ought to be enough for us to get in there. GregTech also makes mob spawners, if not indestructible, very close to it, and that can be very annoying. So I'm going to try to light it up instead of destroy the spawner, and see if I can't maybe make a string farm in here later. I know that there are much easier ways to automate that, but I'm going to try to do it the old-fashioned way. Alright, first thing we need to do is not die. And you'll notice my first stone sword is almost dead again already. There's one a little closer to the spawner. Okay. I don't see any chests yet, but that doesn't mean there aren't any in here. We'll just dig our way around the sides and see if we can't find something. Not to mention getting rid of all of this gravel will help it light up a little bit better, so we'll just try to dig as much of it as we can. Oh boy! If they can't see you, they won't explode. Awesome. Okay, that was almost an absolute catastrophe. But crisis averted, we can move on. And it looks like we have 0 chests in here, which is kind of a major bummer, because I was hoping to find some awesome loot to kind of help us out, but instead all I found was a metric ton of spiders, so that's a little bit of a bummer. But we'll make do. We can use the mossy cobblestone later for some decoration, perhaps. On the other hand, there are a few more resources in here that we can gather. I don't see any iron, but that doesn't mean that there isn't any down here. Nothing really over that direction. What we got there? That looks like copper, I think. Yeah, more copper. It went dark because I used all of my torches lighting up the spider dungeon. Okay, so yeah, more or less that was useless, but at least it was fun, right? I think the other thing that we'll do is take a look at the much more distant dungeon, if I can find it here, back that way. Okay, so it's about 120 meters away, which isn't a huge distance. We can close that gap. Oh, another egg. And this dungeon was an above-ground dungeon. I don't know if that's a vanilla Minecraft thing, or if that is something that's been added by one of the many mods that I installed. I know some things about each mod that I installed, but I don't know everything about any of the mods that I installed. So there will be a lot of things that are kind of new to me as well as everyone else as I'm playing through this, and I'm just going to kind of take it all in stride and do what I can to kind of roll with the punches and deal with them as they show up. So yeah, this is the other dungeon that I found, and it looks kind of like it's a little castle almost. It doesn't look familiar to any other dungeon that I've seen before from other mod packs, so I'm not exactly sure where it came from, but it uses all vanilla blocks on the outside so far, so I feel like it's probably some kind of like vanilla fortress maybe, but I could be wrong. But I'm definitely feeling like it's going to be dangerous, and I have no torches. And if I had been smart, I would have come prepared. But I am not a smart man, so we're going to do what we can to fix our sad estate here. Let's go ahead and build it all right in here because this part's at least lit up well enough. That. The other thing is I have chickens at home that I can use to kind of make some food, but unfortunately that is far away at this point, and I don't have any food on me. So I'm going to have to be careful not to take a whole lot of damage because I won't have any regeneration of my health for the time being until I get back home. I have a few crops growing, but not a lot. So that's going to be kind of a bummer, but I think we'll be able to deal with that for now. I'll work on building more later. Tripwires or anything down here? Okay. Now I think I saw a lever down there. Oh, 3 levers. Let's just not pull those for now because I have no idea what they would do. We have in here fire charges and a mystery safari net. That's kind of fun. I'll take some free redstone too. It looks like that just kind of leads to nothing. Oh wow. Alright then, first things first, let's get tooled up here. Oh, 2 steel chest plates but no steel leggings. Oh, never mind, that one. Sweet. That steel chest plate is actually going to be super useful for later. Platinum ingots, iron ingots, gold ingots, lots of rotten flesh. The crop dictionary, which is kind of interesting. A steel sword, a bronze sword. A GregTech add-on. So maybe this is a GregTech dungeon? Let's go ahead and take this stuff too. What do we have in here? A couple of arrows and 2 more safari nets. So let's just go ahead and get rid of that. And we'll get rid of ferment over the spider eyes. I don't need those right now. Get all that stuff. And bam. Not a bad haul. Okay, so the first dungeon didn't turn out too well, but this one definitely made up for it. Also, we kind of have another little staging area sort of out here. We'll just leave the stuff here for now. And my main goal is going to be to try to get home without dying with all my fun stuff. But I think with all of the steel armor that shouldn't be a huge issue. Also, you'll notice that I do have a latest death checkpoint. I was walking around with 0 hunger and half a heart of life, and I took a jump that was just 1 block too far. I thought I would make it, but I didn't, and exploded right next to my base. But luckily it was right next to my base, so once I got back, I murdered a few sheep, since shears are more expensive to build in GregTech than they are normally, and made myself a bed out of the wool so that my spawn point's at least back at the base. One thing that I know some other mod packs have that this doesn't seem to have, and it might be a Minecraft thing or it might be a mod thing, I have to look that up to be sure, but gravestones would actually be really helpful, especially considering how rare some of the materials are that you end up finding. So I'm going to look into having that installed as another potential base, or another potential mod, and check out all the full-grown chickens. Excellent. Okay, that actually is a thing. I don't have anything else to burn. There, we have some wood in the other chest. Okay, so steel chest plate, gold, iron, platinum, just super, super rare and useful. The ancient gold coins. Let's take a look and see if there's any way that we can turn that into. Okay, so we can get small piles of gold dust out of those. Or 4 in an alloy smelter can give us a gold ingot. And I think those two are basically the same efficiency. So either or will work. I'm going to go ahead and use... Actually, you know what? No. I keep forgetting to do this. We can cook rotten flesh. It changes it to dried flesh. And then instead of 2 hearts of health but causing hunger, it's 1.5 hearts and does not cause an effect. So that's quite useful. And then we can also have boiled eggs in here too. So we go ahead and toss this down the chute. We'll put the fire torches in here. Those might be useful later. The steel sword and the bronze sword we're going to keep in there for safety. We still have a ton of these. We have 3 mystery safari nets, which can be animals and can be monsters, so I'm a little wary of actually putting them in here. But I think since I'm tooled up like I am and I'm in an enclosed space, so if it's something that can fly like a blaze or a ghast, I should be okay. So I'm going to go ahead and try it. Pig, awesome. And again. And that looked like it was a bat, maybe? Oh, an invisible bat. I'm just going to kill that. And another chicken. Alright, so nothing dangerous, that's good. And we're going to put the tripwire hooks, the string, bones, and the bones actually help me get a watering can, which is going to be super useful. And all told, I think I'm going to call it there for now. One thing that I will do, since I have the resources here, is show you some of the first things that we need to do in order to build a diamond pickaxe. So this right here is the recipe for a GregTech hammer. You can use this to make 2 iron ingots into an iron plate. Now this is a Railcraft plate. They kind of overlap, and GregTech kind of gives way to Railcraft's plates, but they work for both recipes. And you need 2 of these, I believe this way, to make an iron file. Now, the iron file and the iron hammer are used together in order to make an iron pickaxe. And what you need in order to do that, so I'll show you with these for now. You'll need your 2 normal sticks down here. You put the hammer in this slot, the file in this slot, consider these gold ingots to be iron ingots, and then consider this platinum ingot to be an iron plate. So you need 1, 2, 3, 4 iron ingots in order to make your iron pickaxe. So I'll make one of those next time and show you with real life materials. I'll see if I can't do a little bit of mining to find the other materials that I need to do that, and then we're going to see what we can do for melting down this steel chest plate, because steel is very difficult to get and also very, very useful. So we'll look into that next time, and I think that'll be it for now. I'm going to go ahead and find a partner for Mr. Pig so that maybe I can have a source of pork down here so I don't have to eat dried zombie flesh all the time. And we'll get into that next time as well. Oh, and one other thing that I could probably mention before we close up today is of all the crops that I've put down here, one of them is, I have a friend, don't I? One of them is an essence crop from Magical Crops. This guy right here. And when that's fully grown, it will give essence dust. And that's something that you need in order to make all of the magical crops that you can use to basically, farm all of the resources that you need. So we'll look into doing some magical crop stuff next time. Before I can do any of that, though, we will need a diamond and some essence dust. So once I find a good cave, I'll get back to you guys then, and we'll start our next adventure there, looking for iron, diamonds, and essence dust. So until then, bye.